Hey guys, welcome back to my October bench update. So usual stuff, I'm just going to waffle for a few minutes, talk about what I've been working on, what I built, what I purchased, all that kind of stuff, just a channel update I do every month. And yeah, go from there. So I'm going to open this up first with a few shout outs and stuff and thank yous and all that kind of thing. So I sent my stickers out a few months ago. If you remember, I put a few videos up. I got some stickers made up. I sent them out all around the world. Some went to Nepal, some went to South Africa, all over Europe, North America, all corners of the globe. These stickers went out. Just shows you how kind of global YouTube is and the modeling community. So some people did respond back with some photographs, and I reached out to them and they said I'm happy to share them. So I want to give a shout out firstly to Chris, and you can see here the picture he sent me where he put a sticker on his bench, and you can see he has quite a few others along there too, which I'm humbled I'm with that kind of company. So that's the first one. Next up is Rick with a super nice looking Hornet on his workbench, and again you can see my sticker. And the third one reached out to me is Gerson in Luxembourg. So he didn't send me a photograph, but he asked me to send me a postcard, and I said sure. So if you look over my shoulder right there, around there somewhere on a wall, there's my postcard from Luxembourg. So thank you for you guys. Thank you for sending me the postcard. If anybody else wants to send me any photographs or postcards or whatever you want to send, stickers, just shoot me an email. You know my email address. It's on. You can find it on YouTube or whatever. And I'm happy to share it. And again, to contribute to the community. So this channel is all about giving back to others. And I'm glad, you know, when people send me compliments and stuff, I appreciate it. So thank you. And least I could do is send these stickers out. So that's the first few. Couple of videos. My stickers showing up on a few YouTube channels. So firstly, Kalen at White Glove Models, he got my sticker and he showed up on his bench updates. So he's pretty new YouTube channel, does a lot of content already. Go check it out, a lot of cars, that kind of stuff. So again, White Glove Models. And the next one is Mike from Scaleymodels. So hey Mike, you see he got my sticker on his matte cutting mat, and it's on his live streams. You can see it, and thank you for that. Hopefully the pickup truck isn't so bad and you enjoy building that one. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Scaleymodels and actually Festa 67 Workshop. So Mike helps Colin out, who runs Festa 67 Workshop channel. Now if you haven't checked it out, I'll put some links below. It's a really cool community there. Festa's based in London. I think Mike's up in Northern England, but they do a lot of live streaming, although Colin's out for a few weeks with some out sick for a few weeks. So Colin, I hope you're getting better if you're watching this. And but in the meantime, Mike's kind of holding down the reins with a few other people. So they do, like I say, live streams, but in particular, I want to mention the Sunday brunch. So every Sunday they do a show called Sunday Brunch on YouTube. Again, I'll put a link below. Go check it out. And basically it's a community show where they chat with people in the community for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but also share people's work. So they have a Facebook page, again, link below. And you go ahead and post your pictures up of what you've been working on. I put some of my videos up, my pictures up of what I'm working on now and again. And yeah, they feature it. So it's either models, Legos, cars, bikes, armor, aircraft, like knitting, sewing, everything. It's just, I mean, it's obviously model related sci-fi, but it's a really good show, and you get your work put out there. People, you know, look at it. It's no critiquing. It's just like total friendly, and it's just really inspiring to see some people's work. Like some of these cars people are doing with the carbon fiber and stuff are just amazing. It's just some of the work. It's just really good. So go check that out. It's a really good show on YouTube. If you Sunday, it's recorded, so you don't necessarily have to tune in live. You can watch it whenever. That's all YouTube videos. So that's shout out for those guys. And yeah, so let me kind of move in now to a different segment and kind of talk my usual pattern of what's going on. So down here in the corner, you may be able to see a little bit of a Bf.109. So it's this kit right here. So I started building this in 2019. And if you go back through my channel, and the people who followed me for that long will know I featured my updates. I was working on it, and then I did I think I built the engine and the cockpit, and then I kind of put it to the side, whatever, lost interest for whatever reason, and it's been sat there for 2 years. Took it off the bench about 3 weeks ago and went through and finished it, and I really enjoyed this kit. Now, 32nd scale, Bf.109, this is the K4, which is a very late war at the very end. There's not many of these around. And do you know how much this kit cost? Oh, I'm knocking my... $32 US dollars. That's it for a 32nd scale kit. It has a fully detailed engine, The only aftermarket added was a Yahoo cockpit instrument panel, which was about $8, and resin wheels. But I wouldn't put the resin wheels on again because it was so much faff. I'll just go to kit ones, it's way easier. But what I've done is I put a post-it note over the tail to cover a certain symbol, which is, so people don't get offended and it's compliant for social media. So I'm gonna hold this guy. So hold it down here. Maybe it's kind of tricky. Okay, maybe like that. So there she is. You can see a detailed engine. I've opened one side of it so you can see it in there, and there's top. And this is a rarity for me because I don't do much World War II stuff, as you know. I'm more a modern or Cold War, like late Cold War, like 80s, 90s, 2000 kind of guy. But there she is. I really enjoyed this one. It's $32 for this kit. It's a great deal. I'm definitely thinking I'm gonna buy another one, a different version. Maybe more the Battle Britain one, the yellow nose, the more the classic kind of look. But yeah, it's what can you get nowadays for $32 in modeling wars for 32nd scale aircraft. So I really enjoyed that one. It was a great model. Again, I'm gonna buy another one for sure. So feedback with this one was the acrylic paints. So I have all like the RLM colors and RAL colors in Model Air, the acrylic paint. Now, I've not painted this for years, and so I started painting. It was a right nightmare. It was terrible. It was clogging the airbrush. It was just really difficult. It wasn't difficult to paint, and I'm a pretty accomplished airbrusher, but this was just a nightmare to use. And it just brought me back memories of when I got back into the hobby. So got back in hobby, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago, using these kind of paints and acrylic paints, and just airbrush, it wouldn't come out the airbrush. It was getting stuck, started. And then light bulb moment for me was I got some MRP, like light ghost and dark ghost grade colors, and sprayed those, and it was a life changer. My whole airbrush technique changed. I could just spray down beautiful coats, nice finishes, no problem at all. Lacquer paints, for me, the way to go. I have an air booth behind me, and you probably see in the corner there, I have a window, and it just goes through the window. I have a Bentworks adapter in the bottom of my window, and just filters straight out. So there's zero smell, no issues at all. So I love acrylic paints, and I'm just gonna, the epiphany for me was, I've got loads of product paints and product lines and stuff. I'm just gonna get rid of these. I don't need them. I don't enjoy them. I'm a lacquer guy, so I've got 20 or 30 of these guys I'm just gonna throw on eBay or get rid of, because it was just a bad experience. Modeling a hobby should be fun, and it just, for me, it just wasn't a fun thing to spray. It was really difficult and just pain, to be honest with you. Now, Model Air is an airbrush paint, but it's really good for hand painting. So you see me all the time use Model Air metallics for detail, like painting. Look at my gear right here. See, painting all the silver parts on gear, like metallic parts. That's beautiful for hand painting. But normal colors, no. So what I did in the end was, if you're a river counter, you might want to look away now because you might have a mini heart attack. I just went for a Tamiya XF paints and just kind of ballparked it. So this one for me looks great. It may not be the perfect shade of whatever it's supposed to be, but I'm happy with it, and that's the main thing. And Tamiya paints this spray, XF paints spray a lot better than this stuff. Paints for me is the way to go. It's just so much more enjoyable, easier experience, way nicer to spray. So yeah, Model Air. But again, you can hand paint these really nicely. But there you go. So that's that one. What else I finished? The Challenger tank. So I don't have it. I sold it already. So it's been and gone. So I literally built it over the Labor Day weekend at start of September, and pretty much finished it like less than a week. It was a really nice kit. Now, this is an example of where people tell you things online, on modeling forums or on YouTube, and people say, kit's unbuildable, it's crap, you can't build it, it's terrible. And I don't want to build it. It's been in my stash for 3-4 years. I just thought, it sounds so terrible, I don't want to build it, we can't want to go together. But you know what, I took the plunge, I took it out, how bad is this? I put it together, it was a beautiful build, it went together really nicely. It wasn't perfect. There's one issue where the turret, where the barrel goes in the turret, and there's a gap of like 3 mil. So you know what, just cut off the tabs, push it back to its flush, glue it, done. That was it, that was the extent of the issues. It went together really nicely, a really good kit, the Challenger 2 tank for Trumpeter. It just shows you that some of these modeling forums and stuff, people tell you this stuff and give opinions, and it's just not true at all. Just go for it and try it, because you find most time it's just basic modeling skills, and it just wasn't a challenge at all. So put it on eBay, I sold it. They sell, my armor sells really quickly, like within hours literally. And you know, I don't sell for crazy prices, but enough to kind of cover the cost of the kit, the paints, and a little bit extra for my time too. So I have nowhere to display. I don't want to display armor. I'm not really an armor guy, so most of the stuff I move along, and you know, it's fun for a weekend to do it and then build it and then give somebody who appreciates it better than I would. So that's a Challenger 2 tank. If I remembered, I'd hopefully put some photographs up and kind of share with you guys, although I don't have it anymore, it's gone. And that's what I finished. So what I've been working on. So for the past week or so, working on this guy, which I'm loving. It's again, people say this kit, unbuildable, huge gaps, don't buy it. Look, where's the gaps? Beautiful. It's not Tamiya quality, but just a basic little bit of filling and sanding here and there. And we got this one get together, no problem at all, ready for priming and painting, maybe tomorrow. I just got to do the canopy. But here she is. So this is a Trumpeter 32nd scale EA-18G Growler. Just a really, really awesome kit. It reminds me of G.I. Joe, the airplane. I can't remember what it's called back in the 80s. I know it's an F-14, but just the plastic color. Like this is the same plastic as they used, and the size brings up memories. But now, don't get me wrong, the cockpit, there was not much detail in the cockpit. There's no detail on the side walls, that kind of stuff. But I wasn't going to spend 50 bucks on a red oak 3D printed set, because $50 is a lot of money, and that buys a whole nother kit. So why would I spend it in there? You're not going to see it in here anyway. Canopy's on. I did get some really nice resin injection seats to put in here, and apart from that, it's pretty much out of the box. And it's a really nice kit. Now, this already is up on my Patreon to all my Patreon members. So little as $2 a month, you can get full access to these. So I've got 7 parts, I think, pretty much filmed, edited, and they've got some are up already. The rest will go up next couple of weeks or so. But if you want to see my full build video series of this, go to my Patreon, links below, and you can see them immediately. You don't have to wait. If not, don't worry, they will go on my usual YouTube channel, but March 11th, so that'll be about, what, 5-6 months away? March 11th, all the videos will start going up, and about 10 parts, so it's going to last, what, 10 weeks, 2.5 months? I think 10 parts. I'm up to part 7 to get this far, and I think a part for painting, weathering, decals, and that's pretty much it. But it's really nice. I really love this kit. And it's got the avionics bays. You got fully detailed engines. Well, yeah, guess what? You don't see the engines, so there's no real point doing much detail on the engines because they're hidden. I don't go down the hassle of like cutting panels out and stuff for this. For me, it's pretty much out the box build. I want to do wings. So the only thing with this one too is I think it's more designed to have wings folded up, like folded position, but I want to do wings down because last time I did a Hornet, the main one, I did it folded up. So this time I want to do it down. And so again, the only issue was just there wasn't really much more attachment points. So easy fix, as you see in my videos, a little bit of plastic card, stick it in there, and it sticks 2 pieces together, done. No problems at all. But there is no huge gaps or anything. It was a little bit warped, but my usual technique of just a little super glue, like spot weld it, hold it together, and glue in between it. Again, you'll see in my build videos how I get around doing this, and it's looking really, really nice. Yeah, I can't wait to get some prime paint on this thing. It's going to take a lot of paint because it's a big size. But it's going to look awesome. It's going to really look good, cool. I'm doing it in a Shadowhawk scheme, which is going to be basically the usual grays, like ghost grays, but it's going to have the spine's going to be black and the tail's going to be black, which is going to look pretty cool, I think. And I've done all the pods and stuff. They're out camera shot, all the jamming pods and harm missiles, that kind of stuff. But it's going to look really cool, I think, when it's done. Oh, one thing I did too was the radar. So you can either have the nose open or you can have it closed. You can't. It's not like a Tamiya F-16 where you can kind of rotate it. So I'm all about having lines of the aircraft, sleek lines, so I wanted nose cone on. So what I did was I magnetized it. So there's a magnet here, there's a magnet and nose cone, which is over my shoulder, just got painted. And what happens is I can just it works really good, so I can just put the nose on and take it off. It's just magnet holds it on place. So the radar goes on the end here. So you have the full radar details. So if I want to show it, I just take the nose off, put it back on. Simple magnet. Again, I show that in thinking like part number 3 of the build series on this. But yeah, I'm really loving this one. It's a really cool kit. I can't wait to, again, get going more on this one. It's really getting my mojo flowing with this. And yeah, it's a cool kit. But again, those people on the forums that tell you, don't buy the Trumpeter one, it's crap. Don't believe them. The only thing is, I'm not a rivet counter, as you know, and I know for a growler, it's missing a few lumps and bumps here and there. Again, I don't really care. I'm more about the aesthetics or the overall look of it. I don't care if it's missing a few buttons in the cockpit or a couple of lumps here and there. For me, once the pods are on, it's gonna look like a growler. That's the main thing. But yeah, there you go. So that guy. What else? So I promised a couple of people to be asking me about the Mustang. So not the P51 Mustang, but the Eleanor Gone in 60 Seconds Mustang car. So I subscribe to EOS, as you may know, may not know, and it's 1/8 scale part works. So it's about 26 inches long, I think it is, and it's about 20 pounds, 8 kilos in weight, and things pretty much solid metal. So this makes beautiful, like model. Basically every 21 days they send you 4 parts, and you get the pieces and you build it, and build it up. So I'm going to show you where I'm at. Now, right now I cannot recommend it. It's a little bit substandard in quality. Some of the parts are plastic, like I'll show you in a minute, when it should be metal. I'm doing a fan home Dodge Charger, and that is a lot better than this one. It's all metal, it's a lot more detailed, a lot better build. This one just seems lacking a little bit. Now, some parts, like the brake calipers and the discs, they acknowledge it's crap, and they're gonna send out replacements, which they should do for the price. The engine detail's crap. I'm not sure I'm gonna fix some of this stuff, but basically it's 100 parts, and I'm about 30 parts in, so about 30% done. Now, my main problem with this is the order they're sending stuff in. It makes the build sequence is kind of crap, because remember, this is over 2 years. So they sent me stuff like early on already, which I can't use for like a year. So now I've like carefully store it without getting scratched for like a year. Now, my casing point is the doors. Now, very early on, I got the doors to build. Now, like, I don't even have the chassis built, the engine bay, or the body. So why are you sending me the doors? Like, why not send me the doors at the end when I built the body, and I could put the door, just get the doors, build them, and then attach them to the main thing? That'll make perfect sense. But no, they sent me the doors like pack 12 or something. So it makes no sense. I mean, I'm sticking with it. I think when it's built, it's gonna, in a display case, in the man cave, it's gonna look amazing. An Eleanor Mustang is a beautiful car. It's gonna look amazing, but I'm just not that happy with EOS with this one. I think they kind of took a few shortcuts, and we'll see how it goes. Every few months, I'll bring it back and show you guys as it builds up, and we'll see. I'll give you a better opinion once it's finished, I guess, or further along. But for now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Unless you wanted a giant Eleanor, you're a big Eleanor fan, you want a Mustang, I'll buy it. If not, buy the fan home Charger. That's a really beautiful kit. I've not built that one because that one I'm storing all the parts up in a big box, and once I've got all 100 parts, I'm gonna build it in one go, that way around. Whereas this one I'm building as I get the parts. So, enough waffling, let me kind of show you where I'm at. So this is solid metal, and this is the back of the here, and you can see the fuel tank, and then one side of the suspension I've not got that side yet. But this is solid metal, and it's very heavy. Now you can go to town and detail this. Some people are painting it up and that kind of stuff. Now the axle right here, I think it's the axle, whatever this part is here, this is plastic. You think like the Charger, that's metal. Like the price you're paying for this every 21 days, you think that should be metal. So that's plastic, which is a bit of a negative for me. But that's how we're looking. You get an idea of the size. That's the back. Next up, the doors. Again, beautifully detailed, but now I've got to sit with these for like a year until I can do anything with them. So they're in a box. Now, top tip, go to the dollar store, obviously for $1, you can buy a big Tupperware like this. And I just put in like a microfiber towel and keep these things in here so they don't get scratched up. So here's the doors. Now, one thing I noticed, this has like the little, that guy right there, whereas this one, I don't have it snapped off, so I can. That's not too much hassle. I can scratch build one and put one in. It's not a big deal. But they're the doors. Again, it's nice, but what am I gonna do with these? Send me later on when I can actually put them on the aircraft, on the actual car. So that's those guys, and just accumulating a bunch of subsections, which is kind of a pain. And then in this box here, I've got the seats, which again are kind of vinyl plastic. You think they could maybe do a little better quality, but seats go forward and back. A couple of wheels, front wheels are done. Now I did start doing a build series of this. I did like 2 or 3 parts, but then I wasn't really getting any views or interest, so I just stopped doing it. There's plenty of other people out there like Walter Wayne channel who does these things. They specialize in this stuff, so I leave it to them. So that's that done. The grill from the very beginning, I remember me doing that. And the lights, it's all wide, so the lights will come on and stuff. Okay, the engine. This thing is very poor. So if you remember, I went back into, this is EOS you get with a kit. I went to D'Agostini, they did a GT500 Mustang, and I got part number 3. Sent to my sister's house, and I got that one, which is Shelby one. It's way better. It's the same panel on the bottom, so it's obviously made in the same factory, but just look at the, how different that looks. I painted this up myself, but it's just night and day. This is way more detailed, and this is solid metal. This is beefy, whereas this thing is just inaccurate. It's just all out shape, different size. But yeah, a little bit of work. Again, this one is a lot better. One person did mention me though. They put a comment in my video saying, "Hey, with that, you can still be able to close the hood." I was like, well, I don't know. So I still have this just in case, but I think it will. Actually, looking at it, it's actually a little, yeah, same height. So hopefully once this goes in, we can still close the hood up, and yeah, we'll see. Alrighty. So that's what I've been working on. Now, I have to move some boxes around here. This is what I purchased. Now, some weeks I have tons of stuff. This time I only have 2 things, being really good. One thing I paid for like a year and a half ago. So if you haven't already, check out this guy. It's a really heavy box. The 32nd scale Jetman Vegan. This kit is, I did a review of this one last week, and it's a beautiful kit. Fully resin and 3D printed. And the way it's packaged, you gotta check just the packaging. Check my video out. It's like a Apple iPhone or Apple product, where pieces just come out and go back in. It looks beautiful. I mean, it's museum quality, 32nd scale vegan, really heavy. The only concern is the landing gear is 3D printed, so I'm not sure it's gonna hold the weight of all this, but there's only 500 of these made. So I got a pre-order and got in from Turkey. The company's in Turkey, so I got hold of them about, I think, August last year. And I got one of these, paid for it, and then it showed up like a week ago. And very humble because Jetman's actually put my review on their Facebook page, and it went a little bit viral. So I had more likes and views and that kind of stuff. And any other video I've done in the first 24 hours, it really got popular. So I appreciate everybody's comments and appreciate them for doing that. And again, just check this one out. If you like if you like the vegan or any kind of egg, or just model building, just the way they engineer this is just very, very unique. The way it's packaged. You've basically got sections within foam you pull out, and it displays all this like beautifully 3D printed parts. Just yeah, if you haven't, check it out, right? It's a really cool video, and it's really cool, well, kit, should I say. So that's that one. Not sure if I'm going to build it. Well, maybe more one for the collection. One day maybe I will. It's just oh wow, now I'm looking here. I didn't realize, actually, now look, first time I saw it as a hologram, I got number 8. See, look, it's number 8 of 500. I never noticed that before, so right. Cool. And next up is this guy. Now, something a little different. So this is Rubicon Models Centurion Mark V tank. Now, Rubicon Models make wargaming size stuff, which is it's 56 scale. So it's not like super tiny, like 72nd scale, and it's, you know, it's small, but it's not tiny, teeny tiny. Now, I've been following for a while. They make some really high quality stuff. They make a 56 scale King Tiger tank with full interior, and I think it's like $40, and it's beautifully engineered. The CAD drawings are beautiful. So I bought this to check it out. Now, if you're like me with armor and you don't like doing tracks and stuff, this one's for you. See, all one piece. The wheels. Now you can get. They do aftermarket sets, so we can get like metal tracks and links and lengths and all that kind of stuff, and wheels. But for me, that's perfect. Look, just to get an idea of the size of it too. So you get I don't know, 4 or 5 screws in there, parts, but it looks a really cool thing. So if you're like me, like just with army, like painting and stuff, and you can build these pretty quickly. It has a really nice decal sheet full of markings and stuff, instructions. I'll do a full review of this in a couple of weeks and put up my channel so you guys actually get a detailed look at this. So they mostly do World War II. This one's a little bit later, almost like Vietnam era. And the reason I got this one is, I'd say I've been watching them for a while, and I wanted to just build one and see how it goes, because they're bringing out a whole Vietnam range. Now, I personally think Vietnam's kind of very modeled. Like, there's not many kind of products for Vietnam, but they're bringing out everything. Like, they should have come out Q4 this year, but I think with the delays and stuff in the world, I think it's maybe next year now. But you go to their Facebook page and you see what they've been working on, the CAD drawings and the 3D prints and stuff. They've got the whole Vietnam conflict done. They've got Hueys, they've got the APCs, they got tanks, they got Viet Cong people, like figures. They've got patrol boats, artillery, everything they've done, they're bringing out for this in 56 scale. Now, there's two ways. Like me, you can do it as a model and build it, or if you're into wargaming, I mean, you can set up your dining table on Sunday, and one person could be, you know, the US stuff, and one could be North Korea with T-55s or whatever, and you do a whole campaign on your dining table or whatever, and you know, there's rules and dice and that kind of thing. The people, if you want to go that route, but I just saw the quality Huey for just like amazing, and it's 56 scale, so it's not gonna be massive, so I'm definitely gonna get in that. So if I build this thing and enjoy it and it works out okay, I'm definitely gonna splurge and get some of the Vietnam stuff, maybe do a diorama or something, because it just looks really, really good. So again, check out Rubicon Models Facebook pages. They're very active. They post every week, if not daily, updates. And again, a lot of World War II stuff, mostly. Vietnam's about to release that. I think they have Korea too, and about to release the Vietnam campaign. But again, it looks super awesome. So that's why I picked this one up. And that is it. So pretty much down and dirty. I'm looking at my list here, what I wrote down. I think that's pretty much, oh, I'm looking at my notes. One thing I didn't mention with this, I'm going to go back real quick, is with this wet sanding. So one thing I've really got into the past couple of months is wet sanding. So normally I'm at my bench here with a sanding it all down, dust everywhere. So what I do now is I put a kitchen sink on and I dip my sander in water and I just sand it in this kitchen sink. And all this dust and stuff just goes down the faucet, down the drain. And I find the sanders work really a lot better as well with wet sanding, and I get a really nice smooth finish. So rather than having dust all over my place and having to vacuum and stuff, now I just, anything major, you know, sanding wise, I just go to the kitchen sink and do it. And then it's easy cleanup. It just washes right down the sink, no problem at all. So that's something I'm really into. So if you haven't tried it already, this is plastic, so obviously water's not going to damage any of this stuff. So if you've got any, you know, major seams to sand or whatever, try your kitchen sink and just, it's so much cleaner, easier to work with, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's the way to go for me. It's just wet sanding, who knows? So just a quick chat about that. So that is really it. So as always, my videos can come up every Friday and Tuesdays. I've got we're wrapping up the 737, then I'm gonna hit the Harrier again, the 32nd scale Harrier. There's a few issues with that one. It turned out really nice in the end. If you want to see that immediately right now, again, join my YouTube channel or my Patreon, and all 7 parts, I think it is, up right now immediately. So you can watch all 7 parts today. If not, that'll come up in a couple of weeks when the 737 ends, and it'll just come up weekly every Friday. But yeah, thank you again, all my subscribers. Everybody reaches out to me with kind comments, really appreciate it. And thank you again for my Patreons, it really helps. That money just goes straight back into the hobby. So buying stickers for people, or buying better lighting, I want to buy, my next thing purchase, I want to buy a better microphone. So I'll get my sound better, lighting, sound, just makes better videos, better kits. So all goes back in to help support the channel and give back to you guys. Is all my Patreon, basically. So yeah, again, thank you everybody for watching. I'll be back next month for another bench update. And in the meantime, hope you have a great week and month or weekend or whatever it may be. And I'll see you next time. Bye.